Alright, good morning, and welcome back to Tide. Today we're knocking out, probably walking the park and the boss fight, just because, it didn't make a lot of sense to parse those up. I'm probably going to try to record 1 or 2 episodes today, so I'll definitely be popping into the next world to knock that out as well. But, nice early morning over here in the good old Washington. Yeah.
G'day, Ty.
There it goes.
Our good friend Shazza can get herself into a pickle sometimes. This time, her truck has broken down at the end of the forest road.
Yoo-hoo!
But if that isn't bad enough, I spotted some blue-tongue lizards nearby. Grrr. You reckon you can give her a hand? Shoot bet, I'm on my way.
Yep. It's like 6 in the morning over here while I'm recording this. I figured, you know what? Let's just go ahead and hop on, get to recording. No sense waiting. Not till I start school soon. Super excited to cook. Go to culinary. I'm also kind of stressed about it too, just because like I know it's a pretty stressful vocation, but that's okay. I've got a huge passion for it, so I'm excited even for just to have the opportunity. In the last episode, I went and talked on for a little while about parasocial relationships. And just the greater effects, I think, being famous in the internet industry sort of leans you towards, sort of guides you in the direction of. Can I get up this? I think I can. Yeah, this is the other side of the wall. Yeah. Alright. And, yeah, I mean, those are my real feelings about it. I do think it is, a little crazy to be in that position, probably pretty mentally. Because, I mean, like I said, then like it's bound to change you, and that is what it is. But I mean, that's life, you know. There's 100 ways you're gonna change throughout your lifespan, throughout all the time you've been out. I mean, I'm going on 27 here soon. And yeah, I've changed like pretty dramatically as a person. I don't do a lot of the stuff I used to do before my life. I don't even like a lot of the same things I used to like in my life that I do now. I like the same food, stuff like that, like stuff that will inevitably change about you as a person. And I think that's okay. I think it's okay to change. It's good for you to change. Become something a bit better than what you were, because a lot of experience can be messed up, or a lot of things can be messed up without having the experience for them. Come on, there we go. I mean, just being young with no idea how the world works, like that almost guarantees you to make so many mistakes. And that's its own brand of shit. because we all know the mistakes we made in our younger years, and for those still going through them, like, if you truly believe you've got it all locked down, or you're some exception, some superhero, some main character protagonist, I can assure you, in most cases, that you are not. You are messing something up. You're treating somebody poorly, and you're taking advantage of somebody somewhere, or taking advantage of a situation somewhere, or you're unnecessarily cruel, or annoying, or desperate for attention, and you don't even know it.
Listen, Ty, before you tackle this water slide, there are a few things you need to know. You can speed up and duck under the logs by pressing the bite button. And you can slow down by pulling back.
I'm using
on
the controller still, so I'm not sure why it's still doing that, but that's okay. I know you can speed up on this. Oh, yeah, this was like these slides were dreaded for me, because until you get all the rainbow shells to double your health, like I said, if you die one time, your whole game gets reset. And when I did that playthrough, that's I think when I got to the first boss, I died there, so I had to redo the whole first world. And that's like, I'm not particularly engaged in doing 100% hardcore playthrough, because I don't, frankly, I just don't want to. It would suck. Alright, you have to talk to him to make sure the bats actually spawn in the cave.
G'day, Cobber.
G'day, Ranger Ken.
I need a favour, mate. There's a flock of cave bats in there.
Cave bats?
It's nearly the wet season, and we need to move them out before the caves flood.
No worries.
Alright. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, you're inevitably gonna change as a person, and that's okay. And very often it is for the better, and I am much happier with the person I am now than the person I was when I was younger. Much happier. And if you aren't, like, happy with yourself even in that moment, like, you'll get there, man, I promise. I was diagnosed with depression a while ago. I tried meds for a while, and they weren't super helpful, because not everybody's cut out for meds. But I found different ways to just get around stuff like that in my life. And I have awesome support groups, which I know is where some people could struggle if they don't have that support group going. Then obviously it's a lot more difficult. Oops. Oh, fuck me, I've lost my orientation. There we go. I know it could be a lot more difficult without people there to support you, or maybe your family doesn't really support you. But just be careful not to just outcast yourself. Just assume that nobody likes you, so you'll never talk to anybody. That's not really gonna help you out in any way. You know, I'm a firm believer that there's somebody out there for everybody, and that's mostly because I've seen just the worst kinds of people be there for each other. So, like, it's definitely a possibility that somebody is out there who wants to be your friend, likes who you are, wants to be around you. There's a whole lot of us on this planet, and not all of us are going to be winners, and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. As long as we are all somewhat okay by the end of our lives. I think that is the thing that matters. As long as we are not morally compromised or doing shitty things, then I think we're okay.
On ya, mate. Here's something for your troubles.
Thank you.
Oh, you beauty!
I think that's everything in this area. Should be. Alright. But yeah, I mean, how's everybody else's morning going? Hopefully it's, goddamn, going good. I know I've got a lot less busy schedule as it is nowadays. Just because, I got out of the Army a couple of months ago after about 9 years service. And, I don't know, man. I could not be in that job anymore. I really tried. Obviously, 9 years is a long fucking time. I was 18 when I joined. I'm 27 in a month. So, obviously it's been a long time. But, you know, I don't want to sit here and bash because I know a lot of people are just like, oh my, so-and-so served in this and such, and people are always very sensitive about it. But I will say, for those who are actively in the military, or some of my friends who experienced a lot of the same things, there is sort of a group that will sit there and always vouch that the only reason you had a bad military experience is because you were a pussy or you didn't work hard. And that's your problem. And I can assure you that that is not that much of the case that often. And they'll normally toss that nonsense out for people that, you know, were in for, like, a year or served a single contract in, you know, 3-4 years. Oh, I think I went down the wrong fucking slide. Oh, sure did. Well, damn it. That's okay. Actually, I think this teleports us up here anyway. I think we have to take this slide to get back down there. Yeah. And that sucks because, like, the vast majority of people who live in this country don't really know anything about what the experience is like. And I think there are books out there that people have taken their time to write out just to share what their experiences were like in the military. But, like, while you're in, it feels like you want to do the same thing. You want to kind of have this tell-all where you're like, you don't, it's because you don't want other people to go through the type of environment that job produces. And, again, like, I'm not trying to sit here and say, like, fuck the military and this and that. I'm very thankful for the military. It's done a lot for me. It's still doing a lot for me. You know, my family comes from a long line of veterans. As far back as World War II in my, like, recent collective knowledge, you know, my great-grandfather, my grandfather, my dad, you know, grandparents on both sides. Wait for this little funny scene to be over. But I think it's important that people... Oh, whoops. That wasn't close enough. That should be close enough, I think. Oh, damn. I've never missed a super bite. That's okay. We'll run back around to get him. military is just not what it should be, I think, anymore. I think it's just, I mean, from what I hear, it was kind of always a pretty abusive environment. And it thrives on that, and was productive in that ends, which like isn't awesome, but it is what it is. Changing that has been like the big focus of the military for a while. Like they've worked incredibly hard to remove that vision, because, and I'm a firm believer in this, if it wasn't for the way social media is now, there's just so much more coverage screen-wise on what's going on. So it's very hard for some of those people to do those gross, abusive, toxic traits. But that's sort of the catch with being in the military, is that you get a lot of people who really weren't doing anything productive in their lives, or have just very weak constitutions and very, very small aspirations as to what they're trying to achieve. So being abusive and terrible to people is a lot of fun for them, because it's not really a position they found themselves in. And you find like-minded individuals in that same space that they think it's like almost fun, because others are telling them that it's cool to take an 18, 19, 20-year-old and try to mentally abuse them in whatever way. But I think the situation's gotten much better from even when I joined almost a decade ago. So I'm not saying, once again, like, fuck the military to death. I'm just saying that if you've not been given like an informed decision, or taken any time to really learn from somebody, I encourage you to talk to somebody, if you know anybody who's been in for more than a year or two, because that's the important distinction, is that time slot. There are a lot of people who get in, and they're bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, and they love being there, and they love the idea, and it's all just sunshine and rainbows, and it's purpose, and that's the big deal. But it's not accurate, and you know, I'm not saying those people are wrong to feel that way, but they haven't faced some of those injustices yet, and that's why they feel that way. Because when it starts to happen, you know, they think it's going to be a one-time experience, and then it's really not. You know, it's collective, and it continues to happen to them over and over again, and it wears them down really fast. And that's why a lot of service members are not joining, and that's why it's getting harder and harder to even get people to be in the military, because I mean, people are just over it, and then people hear what it's like for them, and they're like, oh no, I would never do that. And I think that's perfectly reasonable. You're allowed to make your own decisions, and serving your country is as voluntary as it gets.
G'day, Shazza.
Oh, shivers. Oh, Ty, am I glad to see you. Would you mind keeping those blue tongues off me back while I fill up my watering bottle?
No worries.
Thanks, Possum.
I'll try to get the achievement here. You have to not miss a single one of these
Keep the boulders
guys.
with your rang so they knock the blue tongues out of the way.
There's another achievement you can get here, but it's too late for that. You're supposed to have the flame ring, and with the flame ring, you can you hit Shazza with it, and then I think the achievement's called like Hot Dingo or something. wait on that one. That's okay. And there's the miss. That's okay. Again, we're not here to pick up a blue ribbon. I
Thanks
can do that
heaps for what you
anytime.
did back there, Possum.
No worries.
By the way, I found this at the creek. You want it?
Shoe ripper!
Well, I better get a move on. See you soon, Possum.
And now that we've done all that, now we can do the race. And cool thing about this is you don't need mushrooms to get back to the beginning. Because literally just over this ledge is the beginning of the game. Or the beginning of the map. Well, yeah, that's just something that, you know, is on my mind all the time, just because of my experience with it. I think this is the last one, right? Oh no, we missed a bilby somewhere. Oh, damn.
That's you and me race, brah. Betcha, thunder it.
I bet I can beat you, you silly gooey. Shortcut is on the left. I'm trying to rack my brain right now to remember where the last bilby is. And there's that.
Ah, I did it!
Wow, you won. You got lucky as all. But fair is fair. Next time I'll beat you.
Sweet.
Guess we'll grab this while we're here. And we'll take this up. Don't have much to talk about on getting this last bilby, so I'll probably just cut to getting it, which is fine. Again, my memory's pretty good on this game, but it's not absolutely fucking perfect. I got the one that was in here. Anyway, found him. Alright. Let's hop out of this. This level didn't even actually take me that long. Even with... happened to run around for that bilby. Alright. Let's go get our rangs. But what you do get on the topic of the military, out of the military, is you will, if you're looking for a purpose, you're definitely capable of finding it in the military. And if you want to meet some of the best friends you'll ever have, like, the military is also a wonderful place for that. Some of the closest people in my life I met while I was in the military, and I'm very happy about that. That is not something I would turn my nose away from, or fail to mention. That was embarrassing. Is that some of the best people in my life I met while I was in the service, and I think that's a good thing. My good buddy Robert, I met him in the service, so that was cool. All right, let's get these.
Oh my! You've found enough golden cogs, haven't you? These will be perfect for my latest invention. I call it the Cogulacious Boomerangerous Extrapolator. Ty, it's a machine I designed to create cutting-edge techno-rangs. Oh my! This is very nice. It's a Zoomerang. The Zoomerang has a built-in telescopic aimer. Press the Ty's view button to activate it. Use the movement stick to aim and the camera stick to zoom in and out on enemies for greater throwing accuracy.
Maybe I need to come into here and click gamepad. Maybe that'll change the subtitles for that. Whoops. Huh.
No worries. To select it,
There we
use the
go.
previous rang and next rang buttons to cycle through your collection.
And there's the zoom ring.
Hello
Let's grab
again,
another one,
Ty.
since we have 30 of these.
Ah, I see you found some more golden cogs. Smashing. Ty, let's try them out in the rang machine. Eureka! We've created a multi-rang. According to my calculations, the multi-rang will allow you to throw a lot of rangs at the same time. Phew, beauty!
A lot of these are up to you if you want to use them, because you don't really have to.
Make sure you...
Alright, we can't get the next big portal, or big thing, until we get the portal done. No worries. And there's a shell behind here. Grab that. I believe there's 20 of them. But that area right there should be our next area that we're heading to after we do the boss portal. But yeah, I'm not actively trying to discourage people or dissuade. Like, is it something I would personally recommend? No, not for me personally, but it can do a lot for you. I promise you that.
Jolly
It's
good,
putting me and my wife through college.
You've
So
collected enough thunder eggs to power the machine. Let's give it a go, shall we? outstanding. Simply outstanding. The energy levels are off the scale. And yes, I've got a lock on one of the talismans.
Let's see if I can not
Stand back,
embarrass
Ty.
myself for
It's
this.
coming through.
For this here boss fight. Alright, so you got ant hills here, and you got a big raging hog. And that's the only way you hurt him. And he gives that fucking terrifying scream. Oh yeah, but he is able to stop himself, which can be super annoying. I think you can smack him while he's running, and he'll lose that, that sort of attention span situation. There we go. He can only stop himself so much. And he'll do some stomps here. Not a super hard boss fight, but if you don't really know what to do, it can be a little difficult. Excuse me. Please keep in mind that most of these boss fights are like this. There's not a lot of preamble to them. They just kind of show up. There we go. We got hit once so far. One more hill. Oh, dude, just please keep in mind when you're watching this game that it definitely got rushed in a lot of spots, but still came together pretty okay. Alright, he's gonna throw his things. Which you can see where they're gonna land just by looking at the shadows. So. And there we go. God awful screaming. Give your fucking child nightmares from this fucking thing screaming. Bull the Razorback.
Well done, Ty. You've retrieved the first of the ancient talismans. When Boss Cass discovers that we're out to thwart his plans, he will do all in his power to stop you. Be careful, my friend.
She'll be right, old timer.
Struck me lucky you actually found the talisman. I just might have bet on the wrong horse. Anyway, mate, Julius has got a present for you at his lab.
I think the 3D renders look super good for the pre-rendered
I've made
cutscenes.
a most exciting
For even back
discovery.
then.
The talisman machine is brimming with excess energy from the Fire Thunder eggs. By diverting that energy to my special hyper-techno boomerang maker, I can make special elemental rangs. Watch. Simply smashing. I present to you the Flamerang.
There it is.
You beauty! Yes, this rang can start fires and melt
Very
ice.
boomerang that was on the
It
cover of
even
the
has a
game.
more powerful effect on some enemies. To select it, use the previous rang and next rang buttons to cycle through your collection. It will
it's back
aid
to
you
doing that
well
again.
in your quest.
That's whatever.
Now,
It's kind of funny
you
seeing the
try
controls
it
for the
out.
mouse and keyboard. I couldn't imagine playing this game on mouse and keyboard. But yeah, dude. So that is gonna do it for this episode. We knocked out the first world, beat the first boss. So I will catch you guys in the next video. Later.